Good morning, everyone. Happy Giving Hearts Day. Lisa, Scott, Lydia here on this February 8th.
Yeah.
We're going to jump into our lots to talk about in the weather. We're really starting to see some changes here. But first, I want to remind you, of course, we're live every weekday morning on Facebook. It stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works for you. We're also on make it into a podcast after we're done. So you can find that at inform.com/podcast. Look for the Inform Minute or anywhere you find your podcast. And I was going to say also on all of our social media platforms, not just Facebook. So, okay, big weather day.
Yeah.
Starting to change. I will say, though, can I start with the fact that when I came into work, I was like, oh my gosh.
Same.
Like, I didn't need a coat.
I know.
It was beautiful
It was
morning.
49 when we got here this morning.
Well, can we say this morning was in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
Still,
It's like 3 in the morning.
Yep. We hit 50 yesterday in Fargo. Record high was 51, so we were just 1 degree away from tying the record high yesterday. And then it stayed mild overnight. It's 45 now in Fargo, so we've only lost really about 5 degrees from yesterday. That will continue to change, though. We are not warming up at all today. We'll be down into the 30s into the afternoon, the evening, and eventually the 20s tonight into tomorrow, which means any of the rain, the moisture, fog, drizzle, mist that is out there will switch over to snow. So the changeover is coming. I'm looking at that rain-snow transition line close to Highway 281 by about lunch. I-29, so would include both Grand Forks and Fargo, closer to about 5 p.m., which means things could go from wet to slippery during your evening commute tonight. We'll all switch over to snow then. It'll snow through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. That's when we're looking at the bulk of the accumulation. Because our pavement has warmed up over the past few days, past couple of weeks, really, especially with being near 50 yesterday, I do expect some melting on impact and then kind of that wet, slushy kind of snow accumulation, which compacts differently than dry, fluffy snow and therefore takes down your snowfall total because it'll be more of a compact total instead of a dry, fluffy total, if that makes sense. So we're looking at about trace to 2 inches is what our forecast is for Fargo, more like 1 to 3 Grand Forks, higher amounts up near Minot in the northwest corner of the state, just where they're getting snow longer, and it's already colder up in that direction. So it's not a ton of snow, but it'll kind of slicken up the roads, make things icy as temperatures drop. We'll also have some wind to deal with. As that snow is coming down, we have winds gusting around 30. It could get hard to see, too. Quick moving system. By about lunchtime tomorrow, we're down to a few flurries, and then it's out of here the rest of the weekend. We'll have improving conditions this weekend with a little bit of sun in time for Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
I know. Temps hover near 30 through next week until Valentine's Day. After Valentine's Day, we start to turn colder. We're back down to the teens for highs by next weekend. So winter is making a comeback in terms of snow today, and then eventually colder air into next weekend. So big changes.
And of course, our whole team will be tracking this weather, starting next newscast at 11. But that Storm Tracker weather app, WDAY Storm Tracker weather app, it's free, great tool, especially with something like this. When you're kind of tracking the radar.
And changing conditions, just depends on where you are for when you see that switch over to snow. So radar is going to be your best friend today, just to kind of time that out. And then the road conditions are posted on that app too. There are some slick spots around Devil's Lake this morning. There's a travel alert in effect from the DOT, just from some of the freezing drizzle, freezing fog. Temperatures closer to 30 in that area right now. So already getting a little taste of what's to come with the snow switch over later today.
Okay.
Okay, thanks guys.
Lydia. All right, kind of want to expand because you covered the roads all morning. Right?
Yeah, there's a large portion of North Dakota that's under some type of travel alert right now, a majority of the state. So keep that in mind if you're doing any traveling today outside of, kind of the metro area here. Things in the metro, they're okay right now. You shouldn't have any issues with your drive this morning. But as you head to the west or to the north, there is, some snow starting to fall, kind of turning into that rain, or the rain turning into snow and making the roads a mess kind of deal. So as you head towards Grand Forks, there's going to be wet roads. If you go towards Bismarck, further west you go, the more snow you're probably going to see. So keep that in mind, especially as the rain turns into snow, and that's going to be the same case for Minnesota as well, where there's really not much for an impact yet. But as this thing pushes east, of course, things are going to change.
It's Giving Hearts Day. That's more fun to talk about. Really one of my favorite days of the year. I was live out at the Dakota Medical Foundation this morning, met with a couple of the charities that are benefiting from today, but there's more than 600 charities taking part today. This is the 17th year, 24-hour fundraising event, so of course kicked off at midnight. I know we're talking, I think when we went on First News, we were already at like 11 million.
Yeah.
It's 12 million. Like it just keeps on growing. GivingHeartsDay.org, easy way to track. It's fun to even just follow the tally for how the numbers
it's
grow.
just going up all the time.
And easy way to donate by going there as well. And also you can read about all of those charities and what they do. I feel like everyone kind of has their favorites, but then you're like, you learn something new. I didn't know this organization or this charity was there. So givingheartsday.org. And you're going to be live out at,
Yeah.
so I did see something posted, Heart Quarters. I should use that.
Okay.
The
Is
Heart
that what
Quarters.
it's coined this time?
I guess, Heart Quarters.
Yeah,
You'll
I'll
be
be
out
there
there.
during the 11 o'clock newscast, just talking to some of those organizations as well. There's so many great organizations, and so really just pick one and donate to them, and I'm sure they'll do great stuff with your donations. So.
Absolutely. And then all through the day as well, WDAY,
Yeah.
all of our newscasts, 4, 5, 6, and 9 and 10 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, new this morning, the U.S. military has carried out a successful strike in Baghdad, killing the Hezbollah commander responsible for several attacks against American soldiers, including one that killed 3. The U.S. used a drone to target a vehicle that he was inside of.
Yep.
The commander killed in the attack was in charge of things like drones and rockets for the terrorist group. So big story. We'll continue tracking that.
All right, a busy basketball night is on tap in Fargo-Moorhead. The Bison are back home and in need of a win. A preview of the matchup with Kansas City, which you'll be able to see tonight on WDAY. Plus, the Dragons are in town for a top 15 showdown with Minot State. Head coach Tim Bergstrasser joins the show. You can watch Hot Mike Live with Don Izzo today, this morning, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com.
And now it's a great time to get that Inform.com subscription, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to check out that deal.
All right, and great day. If you haven't already, check out Giving Hearts Day if you can. So until then, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning on First News, 5 to 7 a.m.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.